not sure how that works.
I love it. I win. Yeah, I win. But so he did privately apologize then? This is confirmed. There he is. There he's in the chat, still taking
Yeah.
laps. There he is off the top rope. Michael called it. I win. Who did I bet? Pay up, everyone. Pay up, suckers. Yes. Apologize. He listened to his father. Look at the screenshot of that. But yes, we can settle that bet. He did indeed apologize. So are they going to kiss and make up now and get back into business? Who knows? This is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Still got 84% long in crude oil right now. It's trading
Order filled.
50 cents. Michael declared
They'll make up for
victory.
now, but it's a little bit like it's not a
Oh,
direct
yeah.
comparison, but it reminds me of like Prigozhin in Russia when he kind of tried to storm Moscow and then made the big mistake of making up. Like they're not going to forget that, as you might recall. He had an
No, to never
unfortunate
be found again. Yeah.
end.
Even gave the old college try and never was successful. Come for the king, you best.
Like I feel
best
like
not
once
miss.
you unload, I know he deleted the tweet, but once you unload something like that Epstein thing, Trump's not going to forget that, right?
Mm-mm.
Who do you win against,
No.
Michael?
Yeah, that was
There it is. Oh, we're here. Look at that. I win. Just
I win.
period. Next time Michael put a period on that, I win. Look at that. It's just incredible. Yep, Michael. All I do is win. Yes, he did. So are we living in a
got into the
simulation?
longest-
Look, oh, there's the medal. Look at this guy. He's putting medals around his neck. Like Alex Ferreira with all the medals behind him in his place. It's awesome. Can't make this up. What is happening?
Thing is,
I have long
if you're crossing the Rubicon, you need to know that you're doing that. I'm still thinking about that Prigozhin thing. That's one of an all-time galaxy brain decisions.
Like I said, come for the king. You best not miss.
Definitely don't miss
Order
and be like,
filled.
my bad.
My bad.
Everything cool now?
Can we talk this out? Yeah, will do, Danielle. Yes. Coming up past the top of the hour here.
I'm long 68.
Damn, man, you get in there. I like it. 68, 21,868. Default's going 3 micros, Dakota?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
3 micros.
Maybe pull down this push off open. To me, just seems a little weak, but who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I would expect, like, I would have expected us to be higher based off CPI and PPI data. I would have expected us to be well above, like, we'd be sitting in the 22,000s, and we're not there right now. So,
Yeah, we're still
I don't
below
know.
the CPI candle from yesterday.
Yeah, I think we can pull down potentially.
Yeah, I thought we'd be
Long.
pushing 22,000s as well.
Gotta get there. Gotta get there.
Order filled.
864 quarter long from 868. ES definitely the stronger of the two. Hey, Hogue, gold. Man, we're trading what 33.50? Yeah, 33.50 overnight. Hell, we're 60 bucks higher here. What are you seeing? Still uptrend. Crude just keep popping here. New highs crude. Gold. What's your analysis over there on what we're seeing? It's buying the dip, but the dips are much deeper. I'll say. Longer time frame.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the medium time frame, it's range bound. We were at the low end of that range on Monday. We just checked the high of that range today. We did not take the opening range trade today because of the PPI numbers, but the market did take it out by 2 ticks, leaving a failed downside auction. Came all the way up, took out the IB high, almost got to weekly kickoff high 34.21. The high of the session is 34.1980, so that's kind of in the range to take that trade. And now it's right back inside the initial balance. It's probably going to range for the rest of the day, but with the dollar as weak as it is,
order filled.
As Jack was mentioning earlier, it's got a nice bid under gold. Didn't close the gap. Still like it. but I'd love to get an opportunity to see it up a weekly kickoff high 34.21.
34.21. Got about $11 to go there. Crude continuing to move higher here. $67.69. Dakota, you still in?
I
Up
took
with
a
the
loss, but I
can't keep
did
up
get
with
back in at 49.
49 now. 49.
Yep. And
How
I'm
are you
out
getting
now.
in, Dakota? You didn't get into this 49s the same way you got into the other trades. You didn't have a buy trigger, did you?
No, I didn't, but I hit the take profit for all three of them at 6 points instead of just
Okay.
one at a time. So I'm still noticing I'm making little mistakes here and there with getting in, getting out, and managing, 3 versus one. So still little mistakes that I'm noticing that I'm doing in these because everything's happening so fast. So
It is. It is. You're sprinting now. You're not doing the 400 meters. You're doing a 60-meter dash now. It's just straight out of the blocks.
I think we pull down here.
And it looks like Dakota's having a lot of fun with it too.
It is more fun. Hey, Barry, where are we pulling down to? Barry, you're looking for 780s, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see 810 first. That's where True Day Open is. I think we could potentially sweep the low from the news this morning, but I'd be on like the scalp side with this, kind of like Dakota is.
like a scalp short is what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah. Just like shoot for like 40, 50 points somewhere in there.
Where are you going to get 40, 50 points, though, Baron? Where do you see 40, 50 points in these markets? I'm not being an asshole. Obviously,
There's a high probability we sweep True Day Open on Thursdays, so I would look to just
wait,
get in the
just on.
shorts. Target 21,808. That's True Day Open.
Did you say specific to Thursdays? On Thursdays and
Yeah.
Can you say that one more
Yeah.
time? Sorry. On Thursdays, there's a
So
yeah.
let me actually pull up a little bit more data because I only had 6 months.
All good. All good.
Say
It's
70% chance to retrace to that 2 day
Whoa,
open.
whoa! I just got long, and a
We
tape
popped.
bomb just hit.
yeah, new highs, 60.27.
Order
half, now
filled.
60.27 in the orders.
I'm long
As,
from
there we
I'm long from
go.
59.
Hell yeah, man. What do we get? What do you say? What do you say? Pushing higher,
Looking.
21,902 just printed. Dakota is long from 59, about 40 points. There's your 40. I just said, where did you find 40, 50 point scalps, Andre? Just shut up. There's one right there that literally just happened. How about that? Put your
Wow.
foot in your
Dakota, you
foot
still
in
holding all
that.
three?
No, the first two take profits hit almost instantly. I got like 15 points out of each of them, but I'm still long one from 59 when that tape bomb hit. Wow.
Nice.
Percent buy.
Timing is everything, huh?
Percent buy.
Yeah.
Always.
Nothing from
Picking
the
up some
cent
good
yet
settlements.
over the wire here that I'm seeing.
What was that? What was that? Well, Baron, there's your 40, 50 point scalp. I told you that doesn't exist anymore. Lo and behold, 30 seconds later, it did. Are you looking at 21,900s, Baron? I know you're looking at just above 22,000 perhaps for a short. What level's up
Mm,
here?
I would maybe even short this pop. I I don't know. I would kind of wait on this. It's market's in a weird spot. Kind of having an issue reading it today. So
Okay. I also want to touch on that stat. I want to hear more about that stat about Thursdays and 70% probabilities. Hold that. Let's see where this market, where they want to take this market. We're seeing some more buying in the ES, and ES keeps pushing higher here. We're seeing those 600 lots on the bids, on the asks, and on the ladder in the ES. Is there more gas in the goose for the NASDAQ? Just printed 21,902. Jack 6030. ES, anything on the upside that's piquing your interest?
Not until we get to like 60-40 or 60-50 would I look to take a short.
60.
Damn, once again, it was before the market we had our chance. to buy when it came above 6,000.
Damn.
One of these days, roll
I
in
know. Hey,
action. As Hoop mentions, there's 500 lots flying.
Justin Brown in the chat says we're hitting 22,000 for sure today, maybe higher. All right, we got about 100 points to go. Saw 22,000s earlier this week. Dakota, you're flat.
Yep, I'm flat now. Yep.
So that last trade, did you have a buy stop above that you got triggered into when we hit that? How did you get in that? You're changing. I'm trying to keep up with you. I absolutely love it.
Okay,
I
yeah.
want you to stay locked in.
I hate to give this answer, but it depends, Andre. Like,
Sure.
is it a breakout trade? Is it a reversal? What am I looking at? Because the technicals could be different for each of the trades, but typically, yeah, buy stop. I
Order
noticed
filled.
I'm so slow doing this manually. It's been by the time I put the buy stop in, sometimes the trade goes without me. And this was an example. Good thing I didn't.
Right.
I just marketed in there, and then it just
Okay.
jumped out. If I would have had a buy stop, I might have missed that one, or I would have had slippage. So
Sure.
I'm noticing the human error in me with being slow, and the the level of like focus is
Sure.
much higher than just normally how I've been trading.
Justin Brown, you're not Justin Brown from the Chicago area, are you? Trying to
Do we know
ask
a
without
Justin Brown?
doxing someone. I
Do we know
do.
a Justin Brown?
We do.
Very good. All right. Stay, Baron, hold
Settlements.
that thought. Hold that thought. It is Thursday. We repeated this 3 times already this week. Let's make it a 4th. We'll do it again tomorrow. I really like this one. We asked Alex about it as well. Tip of the week here for trading, here for skiing. But with that being said, Eddie, what is the tip of the week? You're on Top Step TV.
The tip of the week, me friends. Optimize your trading environment. Absolutely. Now, optimizing your trading environment, whether you like it or not, it's one of the most overlooked keys to consistency and performance. Being cluttered, noisy, disorganized can lead to hesitation, distraction, emotional decisions. So, on the flip side, a clean, focused, well equipped, everything where you know where it is, can analyze markets clearly. It's going to help you stay in the zone. And like I said before, just like an athlete, you need the right gear and conditions to compete at your best. Okay. A trader needs the right environment to perform with precision, confidence, and total focus. And, one of the things too that we
Order
roll out
filled.
is, I can trade with Wi-Fi, reliable internet, and backup save the day. Remember, have that. A lot of people have that backup electricity thing too, um, for just in case. But remember, hardwire is the best route to go, uh, most better than Wi-Fi. All right, so keep that in mind. And that's what I've got here. Optimize your trading environment. Back to you, Andre. Oh, wait a minute. We're going to be doing the meetup next week. I'm going to kick this out also, since we are in time here. We're hosting a meetup for Chicago traders on Wednesday, June 18th from 7 to 9 p.m. at Woody's Flat. Oh, what a cool place in where we call it Old Town. It's a great neighborhood in Chicago. Hope to see you there. We got some special guests, including Coach Dakota, Coach Jay, and Baron. Yes, 2 of these guys that are on right now. Coach Jay's in the chat room. I can't wait to see these guys. If you're coming, let us know. We're going to be dropping a link in the chat. Put that link in there for an RSVP link to let us know that, hey, I'm coming, and be ready for me. So that's what we got here. I'm going to pass this back to Andre, June 18th, 7 to 9, Woody's. See you there.
Awesome. We'll get that link pinned to the top of the chat for the RSVP. Baron, any requests for the DJ? Any songs you'd like to hear? Some bangers. What does Baron like to hear at these shindigs, if you will?
Shindig.
Rufus. You want to hear some Rufus? What do you got?
Say Led Zeppelin.
He's on mute.
He is on music. Take a vigorous swing of his. We like Monster, I do believe. We're pushing higher 60-30 last trade in the ES.
I was saying you're aging yourself with a shindig there, Andre. But
that's twice I've done it. Twice.
What would I like to?
All right, what bangers do you like to jam out to? What do you got?
It's
That's all
even
good.
cringier now. Like you made it cringier somehow.
Bad to worse. Go from bad to worse.
Baron, say you're hanging
Yeah.
out with your buds.
Yeah.
What do you
Oh
throw on the
man.
jukebox?
What do you want to? We can't win around here,
New
man.
highs.
New highs. Can we get to 22,000 even? Got about 85 points to go in the NASDAQ. Up into the right. Percent buy. 60.33 last trade in the ES. We're cooking here. Still 82% long on that crude oil. Man, oh man. Up and to the right. Does Baron like Smash Mouth? Absolutely. Baron loves
Yeah.
Smash
Yeah. Play some Smash Mouth.
Mouth. 6 hour bigger swing of his water. 34.08 last trade. Don't say Nickelback, Michael. Michael, you got a little. Who doesn't like Nickelback? You know what kind of numbers they put up? Nickelback puts up numbers.
Yeah,
Bring up the
Michael's
numbers.
Killers. It's his favorite.
Nickelback puts up numbers.
They put up numbers. Look at those. They crushed it in the nice. Yeah, there's the RSVP pinned to the top of the chat. We very much looking forward to that. Pretty George, see you there. Doom, see you there. People flying in, booking hotels, driving in from all corners, country of the earth, of the planet. Come on in. Very much looking forward to that. A lot of fun. Good
I'm
vibes. Good
enjoying
vibes.
the
We're all
city
in
of
this
Chicago.
together.
too.
Yes. We're all in
Great
this
city.
together. Well, yes, it is. Thank you. Oh, come on. Michael's fired. Bernie Madoff put up numbers. Was he any good? Man, Michael, I'm just getting it from all angles.
I mean, he was good till he wasn't.
Yeah. Financial crisis happened. Then music stopped and there was nowhere to sit. 60.34 just printed in the ES. Can we get to 22,000 in the chat? Are saying we're going to get to 22,000.
Mm.
Might get there.
Looks like it.
Oh.
Buy the dip.
Yeah.
Where do we buy this market?
I don't know. All right, Baron. Since I got you, see if we keep tapping on the highs here. What was that stat now? 70% chance on a Thursday that what happens again? So I know it's only 6 months of sample set, but what was that?
That we sweep True Day Open, so that's midnight New York. We came pretty close to it right off Open. We were about 10 points off it, but yeah, it's one of those stats out of Edgeful. Sweep True Day Open. It's I mean, depends on the day. Like some days are really good for it. Like we open below it on a Wednesday. Again, it's close to 70% chance for it to sweep. On Fridays, if we open below it, 75%. So, like I like to use those stats to influence the trade, but
Absolutely.
you need to find the entry and have the price action to support it. You can't just take the stat and use that.
Of course, what is True Day
Love
Open?
that.
They're asking, what is True Day Open? New highs, yes.
It's
What's True Day Open?
midnight New York time. It's whatever that candle opens up at. It's midnight New York.
Damn. All right, they are ES. Very, very strong.
Methodically pushing this higher here.
Yes, they are, Jack. 60.37 new highs there. Nasdaq about 80 points to go to get. Go ahead.
Possible value acceptance here in the equities.
Possible. What are you looking for? What prices do you want to see? How do you want that to say? Possible to confirmed, Hogue.
Order filled.
Possible to
Yeah,
confirmed.
this is a tricky setup. We opened, outside of range and value. We're now back inside value. Back in the day, we used to call this the 80% play. I think it's more like the 65% play, but we used to look for two 30-minute bars to close inside of the previous day's value to mark acceptance. And that's when you can take the trade. But it can be a tricky trade. It can go, inside value. Remember, we were talking about the value low in the NASDAQ being from yesterday, 21,890. Well, we're in it, but we've got to show acceptance. It can go inside of it and then reject it again, go inside it and reject it again, and then finally accept it. So it can be a really tricky trade. That's why we were always looking for two 30-minute bars to close inside of it before really looking at it as an acceptance of value.
Awesome stuff. All right, Hogue. So we're trading 21,915, 890. So we're about, I don't know, 20, 30 points higher right now. If we stay above, that's value acceptance, correct?
Yes. Then you start looking to buy breaks. We're looking to buy dips.
Gotcha. All right. So how much more time do we need? We're coming in the bottom of the
Uh,
hour. I think
for two 30-minute
20.
bars, it could happen. It could finish before we get two 30-minute bars to close inside of it. That's why it's this. That's why this setup is pretty tricky.
You got to preempt it then. But the upside, the return that's the
Okay,
play.
so if it plays out completely, it takes price up to 22,062.
062. Shit. Okay. Good stuff, Hogue. 22,062.
Mm-hmm.
Get there. All right. Hell yeah. Hogue locked in, my man. Driving power hour yesterday. I saw you, Hogue. Good stuff. Market didn't give you much either, man. Be great. Market didn't give you shit
No.
in power hour.
Yep.
Yeah, it's always tricky when the market doesn't want to cooperate. You know, I'm coming to the bottom hour in about 10 minutes. Dakota, you got any? I want to see how you execute. I want to see how you execute this. What it looks like on the ladder. Do you do chart? How do you get? Do you execute on the ladder or the chart for buy
The
stops?
the latter, yeah. I just use the buy bid, join bid, join ask,
Mhm.
market in, market out, depending on the setup.
Stuff.
Pushing closer to the bottom of the CPI candle. That'd be 6042 in the ES.
Yep. Okay. 60.42. Got about 6 points to go there. Bottom of the CPI count. All right. Look at the 10-year. 10-year prices aren't moving that much. Gold's still stuck around 3,400, about $8 higher. 3,408 last trade. And percent is testifying. What's that? They wanted to buy it up. Not seeing too much on the wire. EIA neck ass. Bottom of the hour. President bill signing ceremony in about 40 minutes. Bill signing
What
ceremony.
bills we got?
I mean, a big, beautiful bill. One big, beautiful bill.
He's not signing that.
No, well, it's got to end up on his desk to sign. Has it been signed yet? The big, beautiful bill?
It's in the Senate right now, as far as I
Is
can
it?
tell.
Okay. Okay.
Then it's got to go back to Congress.
Yep. You say
Schoolhouse
no, I
Rock
didn't.
style.
Yes, I was just thinking about that. Nothing on the tilt. Ooh, change. What do we got? We still got that. Hey, we saw 84% long crude, still holding 79%. Oh no, 80%. 20 cents off the highs there. Last year's 15. So, Baron, you still haven't answered my question. What music would you like to listen to at the party? Is that better or worse?
You know, my
Order filled.
We should get some Sabrina Carpenter going.
Man, that's some soft.
Order filled.
I would say personally, I would say just throw on some Creed. Just throw on some Creed. I think that
No
would probably
Nickelback?
fit the vibe.
Okay,
You
all right.
play Nickelback. You play Nickelback.
I love it. I love
Order
it.
filled.
Baron, do you sing karaoke, Baron? If so, what's your go-to song?
Terribly. I sing karaoke very, very poorly.
And what's your go-to? I want to see this. We're gonna put you to this.
We're gonna find out. Yeah, we're gonna find out.
My request: let's
Okinawa.
play the whole 1998 DMX album. It's dark and hell is hot.
I know Michael would
Juice is
definitely be
going.
down with that. If Michael is going to be there, Michael loved DMX, man. All right, pushing higher here. 60.38. And look at NASDAQ. Come on, NASDAQ. Can we get to 22,000? We got 70 points to go. What engine that could? Smashing Pumpkins. They're from Chicago.
Yeah, Siamese Dream. My wedding first dance song was Smashing Pumpkins. Big
Is that
Chicago
true?
stuff.
Huh? Well, that learn
Yeah.
a little bit. Learn a little bit more here every time you tune in. Oh, we're still a little light on the likes, man. Come on. Baron in the house, number 38. Number 39 on the big board. Dakota, number 5 on the big board. What's up, Baron?
You just don't do your job sometimes.
Can you do it for me, man?
Yeah, can you hit like, subscribe, and click that notification bell?
Man, that was really convincing. They're really watch these likes go up by
That
6.
was-
Watch these likes go up. Watch actually just went up by 100. Good job, Baron. That was really good.
Yeah, I mean, I
by more than
think
that.
they like. I think that they like when I hate on you, Andre.
I
You
like
guys
when
should
you
do
hate
it
on
more.
me. I like when you hate on me. I like when you try to call for rate cuts that aren't going to happen too. They will. You remember last year, 2024, like 7 rate cuts, and what did we end up with? Like 3?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Something like
yeah.
that.
I forgot what we were pricing in coming into this year. We're definitely kicking it, definitely pushing it. They're coming. Oh, Andrea. Andrea wants also in our meeting yesterday. Andrea wants me to say, yeah, oh yeah. Upper left hand corner of the screen. Hashtag fast markets. Hashtag tops or hashtag power hour at Top Step TV. Keep pumping. Andrea, what do you want to see? Let me know. Let's see some trading setups. Let's see some funny memes roasting me, roasting Baron, roasting Jack Dakota, whoever you want to roll. Roasting Andrea. Again, hashtag power hour at Top Step TV on the X. All right, that's twice, Andrea. I've done it twice. We'll do 5 more times today. We gotta do it more. We gotta do it more. We'll do. Coming
We're
to the bottom of
starting
the
to get a
hour here.
pullback. A little bit of a pullback here. Had a 3-bar reversal on the 5-minute chart. We consolidated for 10 minutes. And now we are breaking down below 908.
Wait, okay. Well, Dakota, 3-bar reversal. You have not implemented that at all yet today. You have not. Have you? You're
Not
playing
yet. I mean
momentum,
that
man. You're
along
momentum trading this.
yeah, a lot of momentum here. I am still watching this 5-minute chart. You can see there's that 3-bar reversal on that long, that breakout. I'm not looking to get in short this market at all. Even though this could be a nice setup. I know I might have taken this before. This nice little 3-bar reversal. Maybe looking for a little bit of a pullback uh, from this. But if you're a momentum trader, there's not much momentum behind this because all the momentum right now is to the long side. Lots of momentum to the long side. Even though the risk reward would be good to the shorts, I just can't do it from a scalping perspective.
Yeah, we're getting selling and just nothing's. We're not pulling down. So
I'm keeping.
we also broke the. I've been using the 45-minute IB. We broke that 45-minute IB high. So I would assume just continue up.
Damn, ES. Look at ES go. Just grinding. It's just a movable fort. Look at this thing go, Jack. Coming up on the 60-40s, 60-39. And it is just bid, grinding higher. Volume. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green candles on the 5-minute here. As we train 60-30, comes in on these 60-40s. I got to feel we might. Can we get to 22,000 even in the NASDAQ? About 80 points to go, but ES is leading the charge right now.
Baron, what do you say? What do you say to all the IB haters out there?
I knew it, Hogue. I knew you were going to take the bait.
Here's the thing.
I love it.
The IB's been around since the 1980s, and the stats on it are so clean. Like, it's like, how would you have the data to back it? Like, why would you not use it? You just have to understand, like, when double breaks happen, like double breaks do happen. There was one yesterday, there was one 2 days ago as well. But as long as you understand that and you can navigate around a double break day, like, it's the IB for me is like when I started implementing that, that's when I started seeing consistent profits.
Can
So
we talk about that?
all you IB haters. He's
All
got
right,
actual data.
IB initial balance double break. Speak English to me. What do you guys mean? The data is there.
Order filled.
Hogue, break it down for me. Oh, well, hold on. Let's see if this rally just ain't stopping here. 60-40 now.
Yeah, it looks like it pushes. So the IB, there's something called the single break and a double break. Single break is so a single break is okay. Essentially, what the IB is it's from the first hour of market open. I've started using a 45-minute IB, so it's from 9:30 Eastern to 10:15.
Sure.
It breaks the high, and like today we broke the high, so you would assume that low doesn't break, and then you can apply extensions onto the IB, and those also have a pretty high probability of hitting. But if you have a double break, it breaks the high. Like yesterday, it broke the high, and then we broke the low. Those double breaks, you can I've gotten really good at predicting them. Um, I called out both of them yesterday. Like we had
Mm.
two of them this week, and I called out both of them. So if
Mhm.
you understand when the double break happens, then it's a lot easier to navigate the IB.
So a double break is when it takes out the high and then the low,
And
or the opposite. It takes out the low and
yeah,
then takes out the high as a double break.
yeah.
Oh, that all
Nice.
you IB haters, take that. I love it. No, I know exactly what you guys are talking about. It's absolutely the market is telling you, the volume is telling you, the volume's backing it up. Great stuff. But on the hour, yeah, nat gas came and went. Again, percent is testifying as we're seeing some pushing high, grinding to up and to the right on the ES. Take a look at some of these other
Well, the IB's
prices.
been established.
Yes, it has. Last trade in the crude,
High of the day.
$67.63. Gold's $34, $3,410. Jack, I'm always, you got
Yes,
nuggets
sir.
and tidbits for it. You got nuggets and tidbits for it. Always bringing the heat. You got Adobe earnings
Small
after the
nuggets
bell?
and tidbits. This is
Yeah, what
more
do you
of
got?
some interesting tidbit. I mentioned the nothing ever happens portfolio. This Twitter account, I'm sharing it to do credit, but thinking about adding the Salesforce to the nothing ever happens portfolio. I, I do appreciate how he refers to Mark Benioff as Gavin Belson here, puking 2 to 4 million. I couldn't believe it, but then I looked at these. Let's go to the next picture. Mark Benioff has been selling 2 to 4 million nominal
What are the,
dollars worth of Salesforce every day since
oh,
back in
wait a minute.
2015.
Wait a
You
minute.
see the
Wow.
dates there. This
Wait a
is
minute.
2015. All right. Now let's go to the next one. This is 2024. He's still doing it.
Still up
This
to his old
cat is
tricks.
selling $2 to 4 million every day.
Is he selling
That
because
is
he owns
How much,
so much, or
does
is
he
he
have?
short selling?
How much is this?
no. He owns so much. He's the CEO and founder.
Yeah, I know
So
the
it's
guy with the
one way
slicked
to
hair.
do it.
The slick back hair
Yeah,
guy.
exactly.
Yeah.
2 to 4
He's selling
million
it.
every day.
Cash out, man.
He's consistent. This is like way more consistent than people
Fungus.
usually take money out. But wow, good for him. Also, I wanted to show you guys what I was talking about yesterday, and I'm working on the Top Step version right now. But this is Goodnight
Uh-oh.
Coast Guard, Coast Guard propaganda book given to me as a gift. Uh, let me give you a sampling of some of the
Oh, here we go.
Howdy Coast Guard Academy, where cadets learn how to protect our oceans. Go, U.S. Coast Guard, you're the best. This is what I'm pouring into my 3-year-old's head when he
We
requests this
need
book. But we
we need
need
a
the good
top
night
step.
Top
Have you
Step.
seen
I'm working on it.
Have you seen those videos of the Coast Guard like raiding cartel submarines?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I have not.
When they jump on that thing? Yeah, they jump
You
on
should
them and they just yeah.
You should look them up on YouTube. It's like you think the Coast Guard does nothing, and then you see that you're like, okay, this is kind of crazy. Like
Yeah.
they pull up in a boat and then they hop on like they jump on top of the submarine and then they're like
Yeah.
opening the hatch and all that.
They open the hatch. They have no idea what's in there.
So yeah, my father-in-law's best Coast Guard story is they once had to defuse a Great Lakes mutiny. A like
Where?
boat
Where?
Toledo.
There's a mutant?
Yeah. Basically, the captain was barricaded inside this foreign ship because he wasn't paying the staff. So they had to like
That'll do it.
go in and see what's going on.
That'll do it. You gotta pay.
I'll tell you the rest of this story off air, and we'll see if we can tell it here because parts of it are pretty funny. But I can't tell if it's going to go over well with the chat part of it. But
Well, maybe we
we'll
could
talk
tell it
about the
at the
Great
top.
Lakes Mutiny.
Yeah, we'll talk
Yeah.
about it at the Top Step, the meetup, the trader meetup. I'm sure we can get to a little bit
Oh.
around there.
You could bring that book, Jack.
Oh, that's right. We got more gas in here in the ES. ES just relentless, pushing higher. 60-40 half just printed new highs there. NASDAQ a little lagging, but right now ES is doing the heavy lifting to the upside.
I just entered. Stop below the base. Just look for momentum continuation play.
I was going to place a similar trade there, Baron. Looking for a breakout alongside.
What price, Baron?
21,921.
921. Roger that.
And I am in long as well. I got 925.
925.
There's the base
Baron
of the
long from
CPI
92.
candle.
Okay. 925, 921. 921. Yep. 925. Let's see if we can get this thing pushing higher here. Take a look at the tilt 50-50 tilt NASDAQ and the ES. And we saw that heavy long tilt yesterday, 84%. Saw Michael short a 17 lot in the ES, just chilling, talking about what names for the dog. And just chilling. Yeah, how about that? Who was a winner? Lo and behold, jumped on a flight, met them. Who did was that? Dylan? Was that the gentleman's name that Michael met in the airport?
Yeah, I think so.
Took a picture. Very, very cool. Did post that. So Michael's a man about town. Man of the people. Oh, discipline works. Well, MP be coming on this morning. Great interview with Lance B. It was a great interview with Lance B. We're working on that. We'll show you. Show that to you here in a little bit. It was great.
What clips of that interview? I
Order filled.
I think it really. I mean, that's what an actual constructive conversation and open mind like gets to, that kind of stuff. I know Lance was one of the bigger um
Skeptics.
skeptics of the prop firm
Mhm.
world, and it's reasonable, right? It's very, very reasonable for what you see online to be a skeptic of what's going on in the prop firm world. But having that kind of conversation is, I mean,
Absolutely.
that's
Well,
what needs to happen. More of that.
it doesn't though. It's just all Twitter bullshit, man. It's just like 140 whatever, 280 characters. It's just blah blah blah, and like there's. Don't get me started. Shout out to Michael, man. That's how you handle like a pro's pro.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we're out here to
Shout
get
out to
you.
Lance for
Yeah.
being able to have that level of conversation, because like even Lance said, he's like, yeah, I was just getting on Twitter, and like
Mm.
the very beginning of the interview was like, yeah, I was just gonna go on there and kind of
Yeah.
feed the trolls or whatever, and the
I
clicks and
know.
the
I know.
views, and he too. Like it takes a lot for somebody to be that open minded and to be able to have that conversation, and that's what makes an industry move forward, is conversations like that. So yeah, big shout out to Lance if he's listening.
Understanding a mature professional conversation, open mindedness. Yeah, great job, Lance. Great job, Michael. We got that. We'll post that. We'll talk about it a little bit more here. But that was very, very a great insight. New
Oh, there
highs.
we
Look at
go.
this. New
Yep.
highs. Here we
First
go.
TP hit.
21,000. Barron's long. Dakota's long in the NASDAQ. Pushing higher is 21,937. Look at the ES 6043.
Second TP hit, and I have a runner. ATR on the 5 minutes, 26 points. We are almost there.
Hey, posted in the chat. Our founder, CEO Michael Patak sat down with when Lance B. There's the link. Check it out when you got some time. A great interview. I watched it like once, and then I put it back on again, and I had something to do again. I wanted to watch it twice, but good stuff. A good talk. Great talk. So there's the link. Check it out.
Yeah, it was a good. Between two ferns. Michael kicks off as like between two ferns. Zach Galifianakis. There it is. That's awesome. Got me. That one got me good. Like, Michael, I know you know between two ferns is. Sometimes Michael gets me with his pop culture knowledge. Yeah, that got me good. Yeah, a little sore throat, had a tea, warm up the pipes. But no, all kidding aside, that was very, very good stuff. All right, let's get into this trade. Baron, are you still long? You're still long from 921?
I am, yeah.
Okay, cool. What's your upside?
The point 0.7 extension of the 45-minute IB. So that's 21,984.
Very good.
I like your trade, Baron. Wait, we're in the same direction.
Yes.
What's
are.
going on?
How about that? How about that? Typically,
Yeah.
I had to switch my bias because I was short bias coming in.
Mm. Come to
There you
the
go.
light side
Pin
there.
to the top of the chat. Pin to the top of the chat. Check that out. It was good stuff on both sides. Some people out there like to chirp, 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 and aren't keen to having a proper discussion. So that was awesome. Both sides talking it up.
If you watch that
Andre,
interview, go ahead,
I
Eddie.
watched it. Yeah, he had to
I was
bail
just
on
saying,
me
Bassett
early. Go ahead.
is talking, but he's not talking anything about China. Basically, he's talking about in-house situations and topics. But I'm still watching if we can get anything out of this. Back to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Enzo the Picker says
Yeah.
Lance helps you realize the business is real. I think Michael Patak also helps you realize the business is real. But good, absolutely good point. Both sides. And Michael had to cut lunch off early. Lunch day, I gotta go. I gotta do a podcast. Are you doing a podcast? Why aren't you doing that Top Step TV? He's like, nah, this is a good one. All right.
Are we doing a podcast for Trader House? Are we doing a little podcast or what?
You
We
want
could
to
do an
have?
impromptu one. Resurrect the
Man,
podcast. Still the feed.
we got everything. We got everything set up.
Here goes
man.
the market.
Yo, we ain't done up until. Oh, we got 50 points to go. 50 points to go to get 22,000 even. I know Hoag's at that target of 062. 062, the upside. 21,945. This is just a strong rally in the ES. Look at that 5-minute chart.
It sure is.
Beautiful.
The most obvious trade in the world worked out spectacularly this morning, but alas, we were not on air.
Heck2R says, why is Dakota playing with micros? Dakota ain't playing with micros. Dakota's testing out new strategies, adapting to what's the market's presenting. All right, why am I answering for you, Dakota? You're here. Why are you quote unquote playing?
No, I was enjoying that. I mean, it's true because I've said it so many freaking times.
Ooh,
but
spicy. Yo, go ahead, Dakota.
I've said it all week. What happens when you struggle? What happens when you need to go back to the drawing board is you take a step back. You go into a simulated environment, which everybody's seen me do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday night, I was like, okay, let's test this thing out. I'm not going to jump in and start seeing how it's performing in minis. That's stupid.
You don't want to
insanity.
slam 10
to
minis?
say. What's that?
You don't want to just slam 10 minis on something you haven't tested?
No, that's insanity. I actually care about performance. I care about performing. Like I'm a trader. Right? I don't get just paid to just come on here and throw money and make stupid decisions. This is my money. I've earned this live account.
It's my job.
There's no doubt, right? Like this is my money. This is my capital at risk, and I don't want to sit here in front of thousands of traders losing money. And so I'm continuing to become better, and by doing that, sometimes that's what it requires. I've done it a few times, right, Andre, when where I've had to, okay, let's take a step back. Let me make sure, like, what am I doing? Am I doing something wrong? Let's test this out. So that's what I did in a simulated environment Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Wednesday night, I'm like, okay, I like the way this scalping's performing. I've traded like this before. So Wednesday night, which was last night, I jumped into micros first. So that way I can make sure that everything's still in line. It's performing well. It has a positive expectancy. You see, I'm doing it live in front of you. This is fast markets. These are micros, making sure everything's still doing good. And you can see those mistakes I'm making, right? Where I'm making these human errors of, how fast can I get in? How fast can I get out? Am I, executing things the correct way?
Order
Am I pressing
filled.
the right buttons? Am I making sure the right contract size? Am I getting out correctly? Just like a professional athlete would practice anything, right? I need to practice my free throws. I need to practice that process, the execution. So you go through that. And then when you feel that confidence, like, okay, I'm starting to do everything. I'm making little to no mistakes. Let's go ahead and do this to minis. Now I'm ready to perform. Now I've tested in a sim environment. I'm testing this right now in a live environment, very small, a couple $100 worth of risk. P&L is very small compared to just, I'm going to try and do this in minis. That's stupid. So now once I see the same results with micros that I was seeing in the simulated environments, maybe I don't want to say tomorrow, because tomorrow might be very soon, but early next week, or like Monday, Tuesday, depending on like how it is, then I'll be in minis, and it I expect to see the same performance. Like right now, I'm up $196. If this was in minis, it'd be $1,900. But it's less about the dollar amounts right now, and more about making sure I'm not making mistakes, making sure I'm executing the way I need to and the way that I want to, and make sure that this is still performing in the live environment. And yeah, I've done it before. I'll probably end up doing it again. I There's ups and downs. Maybe I get trading really, really well, and then maybe come August, October, I start to struggle, and I have to do it again. I've done this. I can't even count
Yeah.
how many times I've had to step back and recalibrate and adjust, and that's kind of I have yet to see a successful trader not do this. It,
Yeah,
I don't know
I
what
need
else
to
to say.
do the same thing. I just had a conversation with Risk last week because my live account stats. I mean, I've been honest with my Discord. Like my live account stats are abysmal for compared to every other account that I've traded. My win rate's like significantly lower. My RR is significantly lower, and I think
Mhm.
part of that is me just trying to use too much size and just forcing too much size. And they were like, "You should trade micros." I was like, "I don't want to trade micros," and I'm
Nobody
hard headed
wants
and
to.
I'm a little bit of a stubborn bastard too. So
Fair, fair
I
enough.
went on stream last night and I just shared all my live account stats with my Discord, and they're like they were like lock out the mini product, and I did it on stream, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna trade micros for 2 weeks on this live account,
Yeah.
even though I hate doing it because I had that conversation last week, and the last 3 days I've just hit DLL, and last
I
night
was gonna say, what do you hate more?
I had
You hate
I had
trade micros. You hating DLL more. I mean, what you know?
for me, I think it feels like a step back for me because I've traded. I mean, like my standard size is like 3 minis, and then now I've been consistently trading like 10 minis on some accounts. So going back to taking a step back and trading micros is, I don't know, it feels like backwards progress
Sure.
at at times, but I mean sometimes that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Um, no, I went through it all, and I was like, these stats on this live account suck. Like they suck. Um, so I locked out the mini product. I'm gonna just trade micros. So
Oh,
I don't know. I'm just a stubborn bastard, and I just didn't want to do it. It felt like taking a step back.
I love that, Baron. We all are. Everybody. Like nobody wants to feel like they are taking any steps back, but that's the reality of it. Like there's a level of you know, being humble where the market
market
humbles
hum-
us if we
market
can't.
humbles your
There's
ass.
no
The market will
reset
humble your
button
ass.
in a live account, right? Where you can't just say, "Ah, I'm just going to reset."
I mean,
You can't just
I
switch
think,
accounts or go over here, go over there.
yeah, I think what it is since my DL has been so tight, I've just been using too much size. I mean, even last night, I took a trade. I got stopped out by 2 ticks, and then it
Mm,
ran 100 points in my direction.
those are tough
Mm.
ones.
So
Those are the
MP
ones that
knows
stay
it
that.
with
was
you.
it was
Yeah.
MP
if
knows
if
that.
I just used one mini, if I just used one mini instead of two, that trade would have been fine. But it's just I'm consistently oversizing.
Nothing wrong. You gotta admit it.
Wow,
Ego.
great
There's no.
discussion.
There's no room for ego.
Look at this thing grind. We got Zombie Rally ES 6045. NASDAQ about 50 points to go to get that 22,000. 22,000. Push higher here.
I'm flat.
Nice trade. Nice trade. 6045 coming into the top of the hour. The president is a bill signing ceremony. That's all they give us, a bill signing ceremony in 12 minutes as we continue to grind higher. Crude, bit of a pullback, 20-cent pullback here. Trading $67.59. Gold, flatlining, 34.08. Last trade there. 77% long on the crude tilt as it continues. Oh, it's a little bit of a pullback there. Baron, are you still in this trade? Oh, we're doing all that talking. You're
Yeah,
still in this, right? Yep. Cool. Very good.
yeah.
Excellent.
Wish I had to stop a little bit, but yeah, still in it.
10 straight green bars on the 5 minute.
Man, that's incredible.
We see that a
Very
lot.
strong.
Not so much of the
Nothing's here.
downside.
Nothing's here to stop it.
There's something
Oh,
positive coming from Vicent here just a bit ago, saying that I believe that we will see more trade deals coming very quickly. Remember, he was at those
mm,
meetings, so that's the first thing I've seen here regarding the U.S. China agreement. Thank you, Andre.
yep.
See, Lutnick, that's how you do it. Take note.
That's how you do it. You're talking about retooling, taking steps back to get moving forward. Athletes do it all the time. I'm reminded of Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods winning, winning, winning. He retooled the swing 2, 3, 4 different times because he knew that this wasn't going to be sustainable. He needed to keep pushing. Doesn't matter what the competition's doing. He knew what he needed to do to get better. And you see that a lot. Michael Jordan incorporated the fadeaway, right? As he got a little older. You see it with athletes. It's what the best do. That's what the best absolutely do.
Yep.
The top of the hour. Mufasa says short this shit. I know Dakota's looking. We've got 3-bar reversal. Dakota's looking for that 3-bar reversal right now. Let's see if we get confirmation there in the Nasdaq.
No
Last
If
shorts
we
for
get
me.
some consolidation, I could see the short here around between 60.40 and 60.50.
Ooh,
Let's see what happens.
all right,
This to
sounds
me
good. Coming to
just
the
looks
top.
like grind up. Although every time we have sellers step in, they just get eaten up by the buyers. There's no
the
strong
delta is.
selling on this, and the big buyers are holding it.
I'm guessing Hogue is seeing. When we get Hogue back in here, I'm guessing we might see some shorts fueling this rally higher here. Oh, that being said, P&Ls, payouts, P&Ls, and payouts. Only person that knows them better is JD. JD, come on in, hit us with them stats. What's up, JD?
What's up, guys? Here we go. Yesterday's best top 5 live funded P&Ls. Here they are. At the top, we've got Stephanie pulled $17,561 out of the NASDAQ. Brandon mixed it up between the NASDAQ, Micro NASDAQ, and Micro Gold. Took a total of $10,768 out of the live markets, trading those 3 markets yesterday. Nice job, Brandon. Chun Lin trading the ES and the NQ, made $170 in the ES, close to 7,000 in the NQ. Total profit of $166 for Chun Lin. Nice job. Sri Thong, $6,444 trading the NQ, and I skipped Chun in 4th place there. $6,479 also trading the Nasdaq. Those are your top 5 live funded P&Ls from yesterday. All right, payouts. We've got some big ones. We've got some medium-sized ones. Here are yesterday's top 5 live funded payouts. At the top, Jason, at $56,380. That's a nice day. I don't care who you are, right? 56 grand in the pocket. Alexandro's 5,500. Sri Throng, who we just saw on our P&L list, took $5,500 out of that live account, lying in their pockets with their hard-earned money from the live markets. Sri Throng made $66,440 yesterday trading the Nasdaq. $5,500 payout. That's a good week. Paul E, $5,000, and Madeline, $2,557. Nice payouts. Real traders taking real money out of the real life markets. Pro ball trade. Pro ball trading, I should say. There you go, folks.
Thank you, JD. Pro ball trading indeed. All right.
So we're short one ES from 50.42 half. I was actually clicking to pull
Hold on.
the
What price do we get?
order 60.42 half.
Oh, 42 hook. Okay, gotcha.
Short.
I want to see if we stall out here ahead of the 60.50.
Yes. Very good.
Darth Buddha says, my success is due to Top Step. Love hearing that.
Absolutely. Absolutely love hearing that. Short from 42 half. Little bit of a pullback, sell off. Call what you want. Pullback here in the Nasdaq.
We did a little pause here.
Yeah.
This is low prob, which is an abbreviation for probability.
Probabilities. Yep. Bear, in case you were wondering, that's short for probability.
Yeah. Still remember we had this TA in one of my econ classes who would always in like game theory stuff refer to strategies or dominant strategies as dom strats. Like, yeah, what's the dom strat?
Come on, pump the brakes, Professor.
I
What's
never,
up, bro?
Dom,
I never
dom
looked at
strat.
the Dom. I never looked at the Dom.
What do you, the
Never ever
ladder?
the ladder.
Yeah, never look at it.
Yeah, Dom's
Oh.
cap.
What's going on right now? No cap? No cap. Let's see this. So 21,939. Baron still long. Chilling from long from 921. I mean,
Yeah,
if
there's no reason to close this.
no, you got Euro closing about 35
There's,
minutes.
there's no reason to short this either.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well,
Jack
there's
thinks
not a
otherwise.
great one.
Jack thinks
but you're short.
I am. Well, no, because this is a levels trade. I talked about it earlier. We'll see.
Okay, valid.
What level is that on the ES?
Want to see if we can hold. So we got to the CPI candle bottom, and I want to see if we can hold below the 60-50 strike. And we're kind of
Got it.
slowing down a little bit here. It's at least consolidating. So
Nice. Okay. Man, look at this one. Another one. Dakota, you have said it a lot. I took your advice, trade one micro for a year, and I have kept the same XFA for the whole year and taken a payout. So, micros.
I like it. I love it. See what they want to do here.
we got to break
Watch
the
the
initial
ES.
balance.
Got to. Yep.
Do it.
See if we can get.
But I'm going to
see if
root
we
for
can
you
get the-
guys. I'll do this separately.
I like it. Nothing on the wire gun. President, top of the hour. Bill signing ceremony in about 4 minutes or so. No reason to get short, says Baron. Jack's playing a level. Dakota. What are you eyeing right now, Dakota? Flat.
Nothing.
Looks like we got
I'm
nothing.
flat, nothing. I would love to see a pullback. I know Jack would love to see a pullback. But absolutely nothing. I don't. I'm even hesitant to take long scalps up here, just because of probably the same reason Jack is looking at short level, and then we're a little bit. I can't. I'm not dare I say overextended. I know the market can be irrational longer than we can say solvent, and we've had a nice breakout, but nothing's really setting up now. I think a lot of the trade and volatility was so far this morning, and we're still in an environment where we've been seeing it, where we could see an 80-point sell off, and if we do get one of those random sell offs, then I would look to start getting in long on some scalps. So patience. We still have an
We
hour
did have
left.
our
Fast
first
market.
red candle in the 5 minute.
Yes, we did.
10 straight green, guys.
It's impressive. Yeah, 10th Street. Since the open, we went from it's just a 31 point grind higher here. Let's see what's happening here. Does anyone want to roll this thing over in the NASDAQ? Or we might see some buyers. If looking at the 5 minutes, could be the trend. It's going to be the pullback. ES
So
6040.
I cut my risk way back on this because if we can't break the 60-40s now, I don't really want to be part of this.
I like it.
Cut your risk to what, Jack? We were risking initially what, and we moved it to what?
We were risking to just below 60-50, and now we're just risking below the current highs of the day. So if we're out, we'll lose $100. But I don't want to stick
Okay.
around. Like the short's got to be kind of see money, take money, or trailing.
All right, sounds
Well,
good.
we are
Nothing
still
on the
see
way.
we're starting to see lower lows and lower highs in the Nasdaq so far, so I could see a pullback. We're
Get
getting
below
one
60-40
right now.
and hold.
I haven't looked at gold. What's gold doing?
You haven't looked at gold? I got your back there, Dakota. 3404. I'm looking at gold.
Oh,
Nothing
man,
really.
that's
Gold's
looking like a
just chilling.
short, right?
Yeah.
Gold's
Yes.
up 1.8%.
Is it?
So that's a juicy short, to be honest, here in gold.
Why are you looking
That's
at
the market.
gold? Are you getting bored with Nasdaq? Wait, what happened? Why? What are you doing? Stop it! You're getting distracted. What happened? You're locked in on
No, 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 no.
Nasdaq.
I've been gold and Nasdaq. Gold and Nasdaq. Last night I traded both, and yeah, I'm okay with trading both.
Okay. Jackson Alien on restored. Okay. Yep. Top of the hour. Boom. There we go. New 5-minute candle. Let's see if the buyers want to take this thing higher. This is the moment of truth, if you will.
And we kind of bounced off.
Yeah, we left some single
I cut
prints
I
above
cut
the
it.
IB
For, we
high
made we
in the
made
Nasdaq.
$22.
Oh.
So that's
Okay.
something.
Just watching the 15. There's no shorts going in here.
Man, they're just gonna buy the dip. I'm gonna dip. Barron said no reason to short it. Nice cut there, Jack. Didn't get what we were looking for. Got out. And
Yeah, so with any
Comparison
long in this market, I'm going to
Extend.
be willing to be much more patient and take much more pain. Not that there's been much pain, but yeah, we didn't get what we wanted once it got to 60.
Order filled.
Fine cutting it, maybe again later.
If I can answer a question somebody was asking in chat earlier, and I chatted back. We used to look for 2 30-minute bars to close inside previous day's area of value. That marks acceptance of value and increases the probability of playing out the value area special situation play. No reason to short this
Thank
yet.
you, Hogue.
good stuff,
Mhm.
Hogue. Hogue, looking 22,062. 20. We gotta get to 22,000s first. Got about 60 points to go there. ES, about a 3-point pullback. Last trade 60.42. 60.42. We got Euro close in about 29 minutes or so. Sounds good, Tim. What up? Nicholas Ronell says, what up, Dre? Say, what's up? There's a little pop there. Look at that. Buy that dip. 21,965. Just printed there. Nice pop. Man, oh man. Who bought that dip in the NASDAQ? Could have got.
I am short gold.
Gold is short gold.
Ooh.
Couldn't talk you off of it. All right. What price you got?
Oh, 5.9.
Okay.
This is just pretty much just grind up and then we get the pop. There's been sellers, but like they
Look at
just
this.
keep
We're
getting
cooking.
eaten up. Maybe if expand the TP here. But yeah, I mean there was no like looking at the 15, there was no reason to short that.
No.
No
Man.
reason.
Hey,
to
Hogue.
right now.
Hogue, are these shorts? Is
There.
this shorts fueling this sucker? What is this? Is a nice buy. I mean, we're cooking here now. Trying to see, are they trying to?
It's hard to see delta because it's in rollover now, but we don't have
Oh, yeah,
really
that's right.
deep long delta in the Nasdaq. It's pretty long in the S&P's 12,300. Delta in the Nasdaq is 1,000. It was pretty much flat right when we were at the IB high, so we're starting to see some buying coming in here. But you know what do these markets do? They eat shorts. When they're rallying, they're eating shorts.
Salute your shorts. Yep, new highs 21,977.
60-50.
60.50. Yes, nice call, Jack. Yep, 60.50 new highs there in the ES. Cruise not doing anything. ES isn't doing. Gold isn't doing anything
I mean,
right now.
gold's selling off a little bit.
Gold is selling off. I think gold is selling off a little bit. 500 lots second.
Dakota, you gotta tell me why you like the short in gold, or what
Ooh,
you saw.
okay, yeah. Yep. So over here on the 5-minute chart, you see how we rallied up through 420, immediately rejected, and we've been kind of consolidating here. So this is the only thing that has me worried about the shorts is that we are making higher low, and we're testing this. However, if we zoom in, you can see how that this level around 405 was acting as support, and we just broke down
Yeah,
that. So
broke
we broke
through it.
down, Yep, I was looking for a retest, and now I'm looking for a continuation, maybe a chance to break through this little trend line. We are up 1.8% on gold, and we also have the equities rallying.
Mm.
And so
Right.
I'm not looking for like a dramatic sell off, but I'm looking for maybe a retest of 3,400. That's a big round number. Like I said, this is the scalp strategy. The ATR on the 5 minute in gold is 4.8, so that's
Yeah.
right around that 3,400 level. And I'll look to take profits as we get down there towards it.
All right. Thanks, Dakota.
Good stuff.
I mean,
Nice breakdown.
we got up to weekly kickoff high 34.21, close to it anyway, and we rejected it, and we're still range bound in longer time frames. So the natural rotation should be to rotate back to lows if there's no new buying coming in up here. So looking good.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah.
Great stuff.
Yep, I'm not
All
looking
right.
for a dramatic sell off, just a scalp.
Good stuff, right? Short gold. Very good. Baron is still long the NASDAQ. Nice cut there, Jack. Nice read there. Didn't get what we were looking for. Got out up a couple bucks. With that being said, season 3 VIP draft is coming this summer. I can assure you that. Let's look at a couple more check-ins to go. That being said, Eddie, let's hit him with the check-in,
Yes.
drop-in from season 3. Come on in, Eddie. Let's do it.
You got it, man. Pay attention. Let's go here. Here we go again and again and again and again, but this time you're going to have it. Now, our Discord hit 150K members yesterday. And to celebrate, we're dropping a Top Step VIP check-in form. Now, here's what you got to do. You got to head over to Discord to get your name on today's Top Step VIP scouting check-in form. We're going to be dropping a link to our Discord in chat now, and it'll be available until 3 p.m. Central Time. So you got a pretty long time here today to get that up and running. So tell your trading buddies, tell your friends, all right? Tell your family, tell the guy next door, tell the lady down the street if you're not a member already. All right. It's free. It's easy to join. Discord's a great way to meet trading buddies and contact with our coaches. Yes, that's where they hang out. All right. Our coaches hang out there. So once again, here we got the link. Link is there. It is pinned to the top. Pinned to the top of our chat.
Order
So
filled.
I'm going to pass it back to Jack. Jack, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you very much, Eddie, for that. We're still pushing. We're always just within reach of the high of day, it looks like. Value area high of yesterday, 60.52 quarter in the ES. Yeah, I'm with you bullish. If you ask me, do you think it'll go higher? My answer is yes. But if you see me go short, it's because I think there's a possibility for an unlikely but good risk reward.
I'm about to get stopped on
I
the
like your
stop
position.
profit.
Are you still in?
I just got stopped in profit.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the total there, Baron? How many tickies or points did we get?
7. 35 points.
Okay.
I was shooting for
Very nice.
60.
Nice trade.
but We'll take it.
Nice.
We have what amounts in this market to a pullback of about 5 points right now in the ES. Dakota still short 3 micro golds. How's that looking for you?
It's back and forth. Right now, it's basically at my entry.
Excellent.
It's right at value low for the day. Both sides of the initial balance have broken. It tends to be a range day when that happens.
Hey, congratulations.
Order filled.
100K on that pop. Way to go. ES, trading the ES. Way to go, Habibi.
Hogue, you
You're
mean
go.
not looking
Wishing you
for
the
a
best.
huge.
when you say
You're not
range
looking
day,
for a
you
huge
mean for the
move,
New York
Dakota,
session? Because
so-
gold's up